Hello, everyone. Yeah, today we are going to learn an important topic in perio, which is implants. This implant should be incorporated in your practice, which takes your practice in a different level. So, and two aspect is being covered here. Yesterday we had a meeting in the department. Definitely there is a lacuna in in your career, or most of our us are going in a very difficult time. So to bridge that gap, we have have a definitive action plan in our department, and we, the department of Perio, is catching up with time, and have introduced a new virtual platform. Let us see how best it works out. And initially, we may expect little hiccups, but let us see. We will also patch up with this process, and we are also equipped with. Definitely, we are back again with more. E-learning. So here we plan to uh, cover two aspects. One, from an exam point of view, you should be able to compile things, into PPT, and should be able to have a point-based education, and so that it can be reproducible for your exam. And for from a clinical point of view, which is more important, our principal is having a vision that all Annurians should be a good practitioner, uh, and uh, and definitely all of you should practice implant even after your undergraduate level. So we understand that as a department in Peri, we understand that this cannot happen in overnight. So this foundation has to be laid in your final year itself and in your internship. We will modify. So we prepare this topic to make you enabled to do implants after your internship. So modules are such a way designed that I'll be teaching you the rationale of implants, the bone biology, and the armamentarium, the single tooth implants. And Jospol sir and Johnson sir probably will deal with the advanced procedures like augmentation, implant site development. So let us, start with the basic. Let us move on to the topic implants further. Well, we have methodologically and systematically divided this topic into a different subtopics, and we have shared the subtopics. And I personally will deal with the rationale why you should do implants in your, why you should incorporate implant in your practice, and uh, the basic bone biology you should be aware of, how to do the true surgical procedure of implant, armamentarium, how to evaluate a patient when it comes to diagnostic with the diagnostic cast and radiographic interpretation. How do you diagnose a good case of an implant? Your treatment planning. Each topic has been separate, made as a video. Then Jospol sir and Johnson sir probably will deal with advanced topics like how to do bone augmentation, how to deal with the complications of implant. So this is a this subtopic will be uploaded in separate videos, and hope you should watch all these things so that it lays a foundation for you to do a further implant practice. All right. So before going to the topic proper, I would explain you why you should incorporate implant in your practice. You must be aware of the fact that there is a community or a population which is said to be baby boomers. Any idea what baby boomers are? You know, after the Second World War, see, after the Second World War probably ends, I think, in 1945. So those people who have born after Second World War are known to be baby boomer population, like from 46 to 65. Now imagine those people has grown up, and presently what will be their age? Probably 60, 60 plus. So they are they are in the geriatric age group. And many, according to many demographers, demography is a science of study of population. So many demographers says that the population or the baby boomers are the because of the explosion in the birth rate in that time. The baby boomer population is are much more in the society, and that population is going to be ripened in the next 20 years. Previously, the life expectancy of the community was very less. The people in the community were very less. Say, for example, uh, at the time of Alexander, when he conquered the world, he was only 17 to 18 years, and the average life expectancy of an individual that time age, will be surprised to hear it. It is only 23 years. Now, the average life expectancy of an American individual I'm quoting American not because I'm very fond of American. Many studies has come in that regards in US population. So the life expectancy is 23 or 25 years more than the previous, a couple of decades. So because of the advent of antibiotics and latest treatment modalities and access to medical and dental, the more number of teeth are present and more number of teeth require treatment. They are coming for treatment. Well, so we are talking about baby booming population and its importance. The geriatric age group people are going to be more in the coming future. And what is the relevance in your practice? That is more important. So, according to Robert Butler, one demographic scientist again, today's medical student will reach the prime of your career. Say, what is the prime of your career? Say, uh, any dentist may have the prime of your career, but from the 40 years to say about 55 years. So when today's medical students reach their prime of their career, they'll be treating more geriatric treatment needs. And there it is. Now, when you reach your prime of your career, you will be doing more implants than myself or Joe Pulsar do, because the treatment requirement is more than those type. So those people will, understand this concept and channelize your effort to the treatment plans, catering the geriatric needs. You will be a good practitioner. So please channelize your efforts and refine your access so that you can perform well in your, or can edge your competitors and perform well in your clinical practice. So that is the catch of it. The second need is, generally when you give a complete denture or RPD, patient may not be that satisfied. The bite force, normal bite force of an individual in a healthy tooth is 250 yeah, megapascal, whereas with a denture, a patient can only bite with 50 megapascals only. So there is a wide difference in the force applied with a natural tooth and even with a denture. And if it's a constant denture, whereas probably can say after 15 years or something, the patient can only bite with 5 megapascal. So this is the order of numbers where the force is being delivered. And even if a natural person, natural teeth clenches very hard, the hardest way possible, we can reach up to 1,000 megapascal only. So when this is the importance of numbers, so the patient may not get that satisfaction when you give a conventional denture. Now people are expecting the good quality of life and and social pleasure in that matter. Like people want to have dine out, people want to have dating. Doesn't matter their age is 60, 65 or plus. I had a patient who flew back from US to for a single tooth implant, no, multiple tooth implant, the 3-unit bridge. He was of age 82. I was just motivating him for replacement with an FPD. So suppose he said no, he want a perfect replacement which mimic his tooth itself. So that is the need. Here, probably people may not are in that aware that go for implants alone. Now we adopt different treatment modalities like FPD, but in future, the people want to restore their form, function, contour, and aesthetics. 100% mimics a natural tooth. So there lies the importance of implant treatment in future. One more fact is that the public awareness regarding implants are getting more. When I was doing my post graduation in 2002, implant was just a fancy or luxury thing. Now it is not like that. Every you should give options. Like if you are not competent to do implants in your practice, people will ask you, doctor, why not implant? So there is a radical shift in the attitude of people. So down the line, 10 or 50 years, where the digital media and public awareness are prospering this much, only a couple of years, people will turn only into implant. And there is also, we also adopted that. And see, previously, 10 or 15 years back, a periodontist always will motivate the patient to restore, uh, retain his natural dentition. Now we have changed our attitude. We won't take heroic attempt to replace or stabilize a very grade 2 or grade 3 mobile teeth, grade 3 precisely, and we won't splint it and do all these treatments. We just switch on to most pragmatic approach, and we will switch on to practical and optimal approaches. So we also in our treatment plan is modulated such a way that we incorporate the flap surgery, the teeth which is amenable to retain, and the teeth with having questionable prognosis and really poor prognosis will be extracted, and patient will be restored with implant. So there is a change in treatment modality. The point here is whether you treat the individual with perio or implant, the patient should benefited with a good natural dentition, which natural artificial dentition, which mimics his form, function, and aesthetics. Well, so these are the current, concept and where we are moving, where implantology, where periodontics is moving. So I would say that a big piece of pie of perio department is now a big treatment. Patient belt is going to be implanted in coming years. So that is the importance of learning implants in your practice. Well, one more aspect regarding the rationale of implant I would like to discuss is, ever since the Brånemark has invented this implant in 1950s, we will come to that in the historical aspect of it. He has introduced inside the mouth in 1965. It took 15 years to the system to develop and to get to know the prognosis of it. Later on, 1983, later on FDA has approved it, and we have the implant company has started marketing this implant. Later, it was almost in 1983, the market was only 10 billion US dollars. Then there was an exponential growth in implant. There are different companies has come to market. There are a lot of tools has invented, a lot of techniques has involved. In 2001, the market of implant has grown to $550 million. Means that there was an exponential growth in implant industry, and the level it has influence on the practice. And can you imagine what the growth was in 2010? It was $10 billion. So this is the facts and figures regarding the growth of implant. So it is mandatory to incorporate implants in your practice. Those happen in Western countries. 10 or 20 years will happen in our country, say within no time. So we should learn from the history, and we should modify our practice and try to incorporate the implant in our clinical practice. Now let us learn some of the historical aspect from how does this implant evolve in our practice. The credit of inventory of the implant and osteointegration goes to Brånemark, a Swedish anatomist. It was a serendipitous discovery. It was an accidental inventory. He was an anatomist who was studying regarding the blood vessel proliferation in a live bone. And in the process, when he tried to remove an osteointegrated implant uh, from a bone, he couldn't do that. So his thought process was, why he couldn't remove this implant, because some bony attachment is getting bone is getting attached to implant, and there is some biological association is there between this bone implant interfaces. So he he has done many research on it, and he has placed a implant in replaced for a cleft palate, and that implant stayed in patient mouth for 40 years. And of late, in there are a lot of invention happen in Swedish countries also. The main investigator in Swedish community was Schroeder. Schroeder has in 1970s he has done many research in this implant, and he has also come with a similar term called osteointegration. And in 1983, it was marketed in US, and a lot of companies has come. FDA has approved this concept of implant, and many companies has come in implant. You know the market in that I've told you the market in that type. Then there was an exponential growth in implants. Now that as time has come that we get Israeli implant system in a very reasonably cheaper way version of it, with a commercially pure titanium, and with a good success rate. So for a layman also now, or a normal dentist also, a general practitioner also, the implants are accessible and not an expensive inventory is required for implants.